All right, let's do it.
Which way?
Where are we
Where
sitting
here?
there?
Yeah,
Oh,
just
there, I see.
take a
Okay,
seat
so-
anywhere. Just if you that
Row
mic's
six,
for
row
you.
Hi,
And
everybody.
Kimberly and Daniel, if you good to share a microphone, we've got one there for
Pretty
you
much,
guys.
we don't
I'll
stop
pass
the
this one to you when we start our question
Of
period.
course.
So, can everybody just give a big warm welcome for our guest today, the Halloweentown? All right, so I'd love to just get right into it because we've got a lot of folks showed up here today. Really excited to talk to you all. Maybe we could just start off with, I know you guys have gone to a few conventions over the years. Can you just start us off with maybe some comment, like what's the question you get asked most about Halloweentown, about the legacy of that franchise when you come to a con or you speak to fans?
Go ahead.
I mean, I feel like the most obvious is the incredible, legendary Debbie Reynolds. And the truly, pardon the pun, but magical experience of not only getting to work with her, but get to know her over the years was amazing. And it's stuck with all of us. And she just was light and love and humor and wanted everybody around her to shine as brightly as they could. And that definitely made an indelible impression on me when I was younger. I'm so very grateful for my time with her, but that's probably the most often discussed, and we enjoy the heck out of it because we loved her so much.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
I get asked a lot, did you guys get together? Because we're married, if you didn't know. We're married.
I approve.
Did you guys know while you were filming, we could see the chemistry. Have you been together that whole time? And no, we haven't been together since we were children. We took about a decade off, kind of lost touch and everything, and she got a hold of me and asked me if I wanted to do some funny little sketches that her and her friends were doing, and it had been a while, and then we caught the feelings, and here we are.
Do you want to hear my side? Settle in.
So Kimberly calls me and says, so I'm dating somebody you know. And I was like, really? Who? And she said, Cal. And I said, Cal who? And she said, young Cal. Young Cal? Excuse me, madam, what are you doing? And she said, oh, young Calabar? And I was like, Daniel Koontz? What a cutie. And the rest is history.
She came to our wedding.
And it was a beautiful wedding and we all cried and danced and drank. Well, kind of going off of that, just if we can for a second, I know that this year there's another film coming out starring both of you that is Halloween centered. Can you speak a little bit about coming back together for Hall Out for Halloween?
Sure, yeah. We were so excited. Hall Out the Halloween is on Hallmark. It's the third in their popular movie series that started with the Hall Out the Holly movies that was based around that other awesome holiday, Christmas. So we were fans of the movie series, and then they did the third one surrounding Halloween, and they asked us to play the neighbors that kind of move into the neighborhood and inspire everybody to celebrate the spooky season. So we were truly so excited to get to come and play. And The movies star Lacey Chabert and Wes Brown, and I've known Lacey since I was a kid. So it was just fun on so many levels.
Was she in your wedding?
Yes, she was also,
Yes,
she was a
was.
bridesmaid. Yes, she was gorgeous. So that is now out on, it came out on Hallmark and it's on Hallmark Plus, which I'm not 100% sure is up here in Canada, but that's where you can find it now. And we get to play husband and wife in it, which I should let you speak to the rest of that.
She's watched it already.
Yeah, I have watched it.
She's
Oh,
watched
yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah. What'd you think? Great, huh?
Did
It
you
was
love
great.
it?
Yeah, see?
Thank
Take
you.
her word for it. It's awesome. It was so much fun to get to play a couple, but we were on the same side instead of being nemesises. Like instead of me trying to get my revenge, we are just a married couple that are college professors and love Halloween and Shakespeare. So we get to introduce Halloween to the neighborhood that's all about Christmas. And it was a blast. It was so much fun. There's comedy in it. There's heart in it. There's a wedding in it. There's us in it.
Plus, you're sporting some good facial hair in that.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
have
sweet
to
goatee.
say.
Yeah, sweet goatee. They were like, grow your facial hair out, and then we'll figure out what to do with it. I'm like, well, that's all we can do, because I can't do a full cool beard. It's gonna look like a little kid with dirt on his face. And they're like, okay, we got that. So I got to be a little Shakespeare-y.
Before we throw it to the audience, Judith, I just wanted to ask you a question as well. The Halloweentown movies are so endeared to so many of us, and you are just like, I feel like a mom to so many people. You're like an iconic Disney Channel mom. So I'm just wondering, what does it feel like to be that kind of archetype for so many who grew up on the films?
Well, because I am a mom in real life, it doesn't feel odd. It's always nice to be TV moms. I mean, we've all grown up with who our favorite TV moms are, and especially with, the progression of Gwen, which I was maybe not the most gentle with the kids at the beginning, and
Maybe. I couldn't go trick-or-treating for years.
okay. In my defense, who here saw E.T.? Okay, what happened to E.T.? Okay, if they knew, and this wasn't in the script and I had to figure it out on my own, but if they knew I had half witch, half human kids, they would suddenly become science experiments. And then the next thing would be, every eye would be on Halloweentown, and they would bust through the portal, and everybody there was imperiled. And so, because I loved my children so much, I was willing to be, and I was a single parent because we think Dad died. We're not sure.
You mean the crew member that was in the photo?
Right.
Our family photo?
But we did,
That was
we did a
Dad.
whole thing with the kids, like, what do you think happened to Dad? And I decided I wanted him to be dead instead of us getting divorced.
I thought he was dead.
It wasn't in the script.
It wasn't? I thought he
Was it in the
died.
script? I don't think it was.
Maybe that
I
was
think-
my backstory too.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
maybe I just
we had
told
a
myself.
long
right.
conversation,
Okay. Mhm.
and it was decided, because kids, they love a good tragedy, like Bambi's mother.
Yeah, it's so
and
heartwarming.
Dumbo,
So heartwarming.
And we all want the parents to be dead, and then they go on a treasure hunt, and they become princesses. So I had to do that, also because in the script, it was not justified why I hated it so much, and there was no
They never
reason.
explained it.
They never
fully.
explained it. And so part of the job of an actor is that often you will get scripts that have holes in them. And your job is to fill the hole. And if you fill the hole, then you can float and sell that idea. If you don't fill the hole, you'll be in a great void of what is she doing and why? And so it just, for anybody here who wants to be an actor, fill the hole.
Number one acting advice.
That is very good advice, yes. So I'd like to throw it to our audience. Are there any people out there who might have a question? Okay, you over there.
Okay. What do you all think your Halloweentown characters would be up to in the present day?
Okay, great question. So if you couldn't hear that, it was, what do they think their Halloweentown characters would be doing in present day today?
Sure, yeah. Well, I would like to say that Cal has learned the error of his ways, but I don't know. He was pretty angry. He was pretty angry, and they did his dad dirty. So
You had a chip.
a little bit of a chip, yeah. So he may still be plotting his revenge, but with a much better plan this time. It's taken him a while. I mean, flew away in a huff, and they're like, he'll be back. And I'm gonna be back someday. He's just not yet. I'm gonna be back. We actually, one of the first things that we filmed together when she got back in touch with me it's called Realm Are They Now, which was a YouTube short about where Cal is now. And he was in magical rehab. Claiming that he was cured. Maybe, maybe not. We don't know.
Yeah, that's on my YouTube if you guys want to watch it. He was so great in that. Let's see, goodness. Probably. I just had a total brain fart. Did you have your answer?
Where'd your character
Okay.
be? Oh, I can, yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so may she rest in peace. Our beloved Grandma Aggie is gone and will not, and I don't think the family would agree to AI Aggie. So I think that the natural progression is for us to shift, and that I would shift into Debbie's role, into the holding the old magic for the family. I've obviously finally come around. And so my job would be to protect the way that she did some of the ancient wisdom and some of that. But then there's a void in Halloweentown that I feel like you need to fill specifically.
Well,
Downtown.
yeah, downtown, Halloweentown.
Downtown.
Yes, I think Marnie could either be mayor or be running for mayor. I feel like her natural progression through Halloweentown and her life is always trying to, have the residents of the mortal world in Halloweentown hang out, and just always maybe watching over some training of some new witches or something. But she was always, moving forward and trying to expand everybody's worlds, really. So I kind of like to think she might be cruising around Halloweentown in that. Maybe in the top hat or something, and just.
You could rock a top hat.
I would love to rock a top hat. Thank you.
Do you want
There you go. So, perfect, just like that. Yes, and but yeah, I'd like to think she's trying to come up with different ideas and fun adventures for all of us in Halloweentown.
I feel like the Calibars would come back
Oh, I think
together.
yes. I think
And
Calabar
be
would.
awful together.
Be
awful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be
Cal.
awesome.
I don't know. I got a good feeling about you.
All right, is there anyone else who, you in the front row there?
What was your favorite scene to film in Halloween?
The question is, what was your favorite scene to film in Halloweentown? Or Halloweentown 2? Or Halloweentown.
I loved all of the scenes to film, but one in particular kind of cracked me up. If you guys had seen the second one, obviously, when Cal opens the portal when you're not supposed to be able to open the portal, and he says a spell and it opens up, and everyone's like, what? How did he do that? Well, in the script, it says, Cal says spell, opens the portal. So as the actor, I'm like, okay, they're going to give me the spell. Great, okay. So I'm waiting in my trailer, and they knock on the door, and they're like, hey, we're going to film the thing. Do you have your spell ready? And I'm like, oh, yeah, great. And they shut the door, and I'm like, oh, my God. I was supposed to come up with a spell? Holy crap. This is in like 15 minutes. We got to film this. And thankfully, it popped into my head. In high school, I was in choir, and we sang a song, a German song called Musica, I believe. But it's, Wie gesprungen, Jaderton, ein Feist. So if you see me in it, I'm standing there like this, and I'm going, Wie gesprungen, Jaderton, ein Feist. And it worked, I think. Yeah. So like, oh my God, thank God for choir. I like that one.
So little did you know, a choir song can open the portal right up. We had no idea. Well, I talk about this a lot, but one of my favorite scenes was from the first film. We filmed the flying on the broom scene the very last day of filming. And it was incredibly special at the time because we had all been in group scenes with Debbie, and we had no idea that we'd then go on to do more movies where Debbie and I got to, Marnie and Aggie got to go on some adventures. But so that was the first day we really got to sit together, and we were up on a big stool, and they had glued the broom to it basically. So it was like a big T, and then we were sitting in front of a big blue screen, and we had seat belts, of course, because, safety first. And so they would tilt us and kind of rock us forward and back and side to side, and then the camera would be moving all around us, and we were flying. It was great. So we got to spend the entire afternoon basically up, seat belted onto the broom, and I mean, she told stories and told jokes and made sure my dad could come up and get lots of pictures of us. It was such a special day and such a memorable thing for me as a young actress to get to spend that entire afternoon just with her, and that was how we closed out the filming of the first movie. So that day holds a very special place in my heart.
I'm gonna go to the second movie because I think every movie is a favorite first scene, or a favorite scene. And because they're very different. Each one's like a child of yours. And I would say in the second film, it was so much fun to transform into a monster.
Oh, you had fun. I remember how much fun you had. She was the monster on and off camera. She enjoyed walking around just.
But I had an alter ego off camera.
Yes, you did.
I don't know.
One of
I
many.
put on the hair and the costume and everything, and I turned into a British rock star. And I was getting ready for my close-up and talking to everybody. And at a certain point, the director said, "You have to stop. I can't see you not like that." And now you've got to go be mean. But I wanted to piggyback on something that you said about the first film. How many people here saw the film when it first came out? I'm going to assume there were a couple of them.
Amazing.
But it was because of the audience reaction and tuning in to that first one. It was supposed to be a one-off standalone film, and it was because so many people loved it. It broke records at Disney. They had never had that kind of viewership. And so they moved into the second one, and it progressed from there. But it was really because of you guys that were here.
Yes, 100%. We would not be here without you guys.
Yeah.
It's been really incredible. It's why they're on Disney Plus now. You
Yeah.
guys, it means the world to us. We could have never imagined all these years later that we'd still get to be here, literally celebrating the Halloween season, throughout the year with everybody. It's amazing.
Thank you, guys. Yes, looks like we got a lot of questions. Okay, you right there.
First of all, mother to many, but April O'Neil to me.
I love you.
In regards to Halloweentown and kind of following off what you just said, do you think that part of the popularity and why it's stuck around so long is that there's so much horror content, but there's so little good Halloween content? Outside of John Carpenter and Trick or Treat and then Halloweentown.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I don't know, for anyone who couldn't hear, he was saying that Halloweentown endures because in the horror context, it's pretty dark, and that this is something that kids can kind of latch onto. There's not as much Halloween content that's a little warmer. And I agree with that completely. I also, have been thinking a lot, because I do get a lot of people from Ninja Turtles. That was 35 years ago. And the last show that we just did, I said, "Kimberly, how long have we been doing that? How long was it?" And I think we said it was 27 years. 27 years.
Yeah.
So at this point is generally when there's a contraction of interest, and instead there's an expansion of interest. And I think it's a direct reflection of the world right now, because the world has gone crazy. And we're all watching, it's just a different world than it was 5 years ago or 10 years ago or 27 years ago when you were little, or however. I know we got littles over there. But I think we're looking for nostalgia. We're looking for the things that made us feel good when we're looking for things to hold on to that feel steady and solid. Because it feels like anymore, things that we used to know and understand is like sand in our hands. It's like, what happened? Why is that? So I think it's both. I think it's really that there's not as much light and love in the horror world, and that we're all looking for something to kind of hang on to that feels warm.
Also, as somebody who has grown up over these 27 years, and has truly loved Halloween since I was a kid, I have gotten to see Halloween was so much more about the day when we were young, the trick or treating. I can't wait till we go trick or treating. And now I feel like it's really grown into. I mean, there's Halloween decor in stores in practically around July 4th, and it's much more about the season, and I see houses decorated like Christmas and that kind of thing. So it's been so fun to watch that grow as well. And I think as far as the whole spooky season in the community, it's just really, it's grown through the movies, and I perhaps that's, people want to see more of the family side of Halloween, and we've managed to.
Can I ask a personal question?
Sure.
How do you feel about Halloween decor and holiday decor?
I'm so glad you asked. There's really not enough decor out there these days.
It's sad.
I am one that September 1st was really he found out very early on when we first started dating that
She's a decorator.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
We love that about you.
I love it because it's hard enough being an adult these days, and I feel like any opportunity we have to grab onto our inner child as much as we can, and we're so touched that Halloweentown is that for so many, and she was talking about leaning into that nostalgia and the comfort. We're so honored that the movies have become that for so many. It's so cool.
Ditto to all of that. One of the things that I've noticed over the years that people have come up a lot and said that I think has resonated with everybody is when they were children, they saw Marnie and they saw the movie, and hearing being normal is vastly overrated allowed them to be okay with themselves as children, when it's very hard to be okay with yourself at any time, but let alone when you're a child. And so they were able to carry that into their life. We've had so many people come up to her and say, it was because of you and being normal is vastly overrated that I was comfortable in my own skin, and now I live my life the way I want to now. And it makes me a little teary just thinking about it, to know that it's helped so many people grow to be the person that they wanted to be, that didn't know they could be. And I think that resonates with everybody. I know it resonates with me.
Can you see why we love him?
Is there anyone else with a question? You back there?
Hi, I was just wondering, so you guys were quite young when Halloweentown started, and you've touched so much on Debbie Reynolds and how amazing she was. Did you fully grasp how big of a deal it was that you were going to be working alongside her? And then even also working alongside, very recently, April O'Neil. Was that sort of something that you guys understood what was happening?
It definitely.
Did you know how cool it was?
Yes.
You knew who Debbie was. You didn't
Yes.
know who I was.
I hadn't. I think when they first said that Debbie had signed on to it, it was so exciting. It's just, somebody of that legendary status. You're never sure when working with celebrities or more famous people in the business whether they're going to know they're famous or not and lean into that, or whether they're going to still be down to earth. And she was so incredibly down to earth. And it just made the whole experience better. I remember watching Singing in the Rain, I think after we wrapped the first Halloweentown, but my dad was pretty insistent on me watching The Unsinkable Molly Brown. As you need to know her in this too, which I loved her in that. And it just, I knew, but it really didn't, I didn't fully grasp onto it until I got a little bit older. And certainly groups of fans would gather around set while we were filming, and she was always so wonderful about going and saying hi. She made it a point to, because she knew she would not be anywhere without her fans. And her favorite way to introduce herself, when she would walk up, she would say, "Hello, I'm Princess Leia's mom. Everybody would laugh and cheer, and it was the best. So it was fun to grow up and kind of, understand more of that as I got older. And you have to tell your April O'Neil story.
Oh,
about,
yeah. I was a huge fan of Ninja Turtles when I was a kid. Huge fan, loved it.
Not know this.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't tell you this? Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, huge. But I didn't realize she was April O'Neil until halfway through filming. We were sitting eating lunch in between takes, and I look up and I was like, "Oh my God! Wait a second, you're April O'Neil," and you're like, "Yeah." It just dawned on me. So it was like weeks into filming before I realized who I was actually working with.
I will take that as a huge compliment.
It was, yeah. I thought it was just a kick in the pants. It was so great.
No, but I will, because I think that if you are doing your job as an actor, you're not the same in every role. So if people don't know that it's you, that's a compliment to me. I'll tell you, from my point of view, I knew exactly who Debbie Reynolds was. And I mean, I grew up like I loved Hollywood starlets and those kinds of stories, and her whole thing with Elizabeth Taylor and like the controversy. And then I knew that she was Carrie Fisher's mom and Carrie Fisher's story, and then she married Paul Simon, and my husband was at the reception as a caterer. And, met Mick Jagger and Jack Nicholson. So I was like, oh, I know these people, not intimately, but my mom grew up with Debbie Reynolds, and Debbie used to have, I think it was a TV show or a series of movies called Tammy, or the Tammy movies.
The Tammy movie, yeah.
My mother was so excited and got to come for the second film and got to meet everybody. But it was exciting, and she was every bit the icon, but also every bit a quintessential TV mom and movie star and show girl and longshoreman with a potty mouth and wisdom keeper. I mean, she was just kind of a little bit of everything. So she was the reason I wanted to do the film. And I think the reason I got the film was because the head of production, it wasn't Gary Marshall, it was another guy. I forget what his name was. But his son was a huge Ninja Turtle fan. And so, because I don't know that I would have gotten that part. Otherwise, I don't know. Well, we'll talk after.
Okay, I think we have time for one more question. Is there anyone? Yes, you right there. Purple hair.
Okay. I was just wondering, because you guys grew up in the spotlight very young, do you have any tips for battling anxiety either as an actor or just a person in your daily life with eyes on you?
Oh boy,
What?
that is a great question. Yeah, I've been acting since I was about 5 or 6 years old. As someone who also experiences anxiety, both personally and professionally, it's such a great question. And I think, well, one of my, let's see, 4 things just popped in my head at once. My first thing is step by step. I know it sounds cliche, but there's something such a gift to try to stay in the present moment and take everything step by step as it comes. Anxiety in its core is someone, I think, trying to pre-plan all they can just to feel a bit more in control, and unfortunately, life never really presents us with those perfect kinds of situations. So I found over the years taking things step by step has been helpful, and reach out to your community. I think I am one who is not great at asking for help, and the people that are around you that love you so much like want to be there for you. So it's always been about just trying to the balance of it all. I think my parents were always really great at never forcing anything on me, and I knew I did my first big show at 7 years old on Broadway, and there was something about being out there. I just knew at a very young age that how much I really loved performing. So that was nice, but my parents were always really great at like looking for the balance. So I would say as much as you love something, pursue it, but also pursue personal time and personal things that make you happy too. So, you're never, reaching too hard for something and feeling anxious amongst it, I guess.
As someone that deals with anxiety too, which I'm sure we all do, I think a big part of it for me was like a bit of imposter syndrome, which we all can get if there's something new or something we want and we don't feel we're worthy of it, and then it can cause inner angst. But we just need to remember that we are worthy, and why not me? Why not you? Why not you? But why not? It happened for somebody else. We're all the same. We're different, but we're all the same. So just trying to grasp more onto this could happen for me relieves a lot of the, I don't know, maybe not. I'll try, but it's probably not going to happen. And there's better people. And that can get in your head a lot. But try to remember.
No matter what the industry,
no matter
too.
what
Like,
it is,
no
yeah.
matter,
No matter what it is, no matter whether you're a longshore fisherman, an actor, a pilot, whatever it is. But just trying to be grounded in the fact that, why not me? It helps a ton to know that you are worthy and you can make it happen.
This is called strategies for anxiety. Here's another.
Thank you for coming to our seminar.
Thank you. And then I want everybody to turn to the person to the right. So a lot of times anxiety happens in the head. It's your overthinking. You're it's a huge part of trying to control the uncontrollable. And what I've found as a great remedy, especially when I'm on a set and there's a lot going on and I need to focus and there's 10,000 things, and I've used my work as a place to learn how to create calm in a storm. And it's that you cannot be in your head if you're in your body. If you're breathing. One of the fastest ways I find, and it may not work for everybody because everybody kind of has to find their own path, is to just breathe. I like to put my hand over my heart to remind myself. I have a mantra, which is I am love. And I really try to check in with that every day. And if I'm breathing and also calling out, where's the tension in my body? I'm feeling it in my neck. Well, now I'm not in my head anymore. I'm out of my head, I'm into my body. And a very dear friend of mine, Josh Peiss, who played Raphael in the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, he's been in a ton of stuff, just wrote a book called Lose Your Mind. And it just came out, I want to say, in the last month. And it's a great book for actors. He's coached a ton of actors. And it's about letting yourself be okay with having strong feelings in your body. We all think the only way to be is calm and centered, and it's not. We can do great things even when we're feeling out this is so hard, it's overwhelmed. You can still function, and if you can make friends with those feelings, then you can start directing those feelings. And the fastest way there is through your body. And try to climb out of the head, try to climb into the heart, and it's a good starting point. So.
There will be a quiz after. Multiple choice though, we're not crazy.
Okay, well, I think that's all the time, unfortunately, we have for today. So thank you, Kimberly. Thank you, Judith. Thank you, Daniel, for being here, for the fans, and for...
Thank you guys.
If you had a question and it wasn't answered, please, we're going to go down to our tables.
Yes.
Come on and ask it. And thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. We love you. Happy Halloween.
All right, you guys want to take a selfie?
Yes.
Come on up. Come on up. We're going to
gonna do it with our phones.
Do like a big one, yeah. If everyone gathers around, we can do one of these.
There we go.
Get a question.